some early answers on this year's big questions in the NBA season. And here to tell us what it all means are the experts, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just your host, Ernie Jones.
No one's an expert.
Huh?
No one's an expert.
Well, you guys try. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Houston Rockets. Taking a look at the Rockets, just one win over the last 7 games. They're not happy with how they're playing. Looking to make amends tonight. Guys, let's dig into some of the players who might be, less known to the viewers and talk about some of the more underrated players in the league. Who would be your picks? Underrated guys.
I like Paul Millsap. I think he's underrated.
so Jones nails both of them. Quarter two, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by Beverly. Valanciunas in a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for two. That's on Dwight Howard. The Raptors shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. The free throw drops for Valanciunas. And he makes the first, but misses the second. Rockets trail by 13. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers was just a man on a mission. He finished with 36 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean,
triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And that was Tia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And stolen by Howard. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. Third quarter of basketball tightly guarded. Toronto grabs the miss. Mr. Clutch has got rebound number 5 here tonight. The shot's good from Lawson.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Turner passes to Mr. Clutch. He feeds it to Scola with his first shot attempt. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Scola, a screen on Lawson. Here's Mr. Clutch. And the basket by Scola.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
They get a hand on it. Here's Nichols. Finished off the break.
And that
free throw, no good. Here's Mr. Clutch. And the miss. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to...
Who wins, Freak? We'll get y'all next time.
I don't know, man. I think you better get used to this feeling.
Freak, getting that confidence level up. I like it.
It's always been there, you know that.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Toronto Raptors as they play against the Miami Heat. For the Heat, their first time playing these guys this season. A year ago going 1-2. They'd like to improve on that this go around. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Let's talk scoring. Kenny, how did you look to establish yourself at that end of the floor, and when did you know you were in for a big night?
Well, for me, it was just about getting the basketball in the right areas of the floor, either off the dribble or off the pass. So if I knew if I got to certain areas of the floor, I was going to be able to score and have a big night. The defense tried to dictate that, but you have to try to dictate it and overpower that mentally.
Well, I wanted to go out and average 28-10. So 28 divided by 4 quarters, 7 points a quarter. My goal was to be on the attack, try to get to the rim every time, hit as many free throws as I could. If I had double digits after the first quarter, it's over. The diesel will come.
So just 7 points a quarter. That's all you were looking for.
Yes.
And how many rebounds per quarter were you looking for?